Hey guys, allow me to tell you a story from my childhood. When I was young, my mother would give me into trouble all the time. This was because when I would go for a shower, I would always leave the wet towel on the floor behind me. My mother would go crazy and she would chase me around the house and tell me to pick the towel up. I would always be in a bad mood afterwards and I would stamp my feet. I was a typical teenager. That is a true story. When I was a child, when I was a teenager, I was a nightmare for my mother. I want to highlight a phrase or phrases from that short story which I told you. When I was young, I would leave my wet towels on the floor. Okay, the structure which we are going to look at today is the use of the word would. Now, you are familiar with used to express a past habit or to express a past state, which is now no longer true. But it is also possible to use would in a similar way to express past habit. When I was young, I would leave my wet towels on the floor. This is a past habit which I used to have, which I would do again and again and again, which I now, I admit it, I no longer have. My mother would go crazy. She did. This was a past habit which my mother had, which is now, luckily for me, no longer true.